Congressman Jim Jordan accuses the administration of intentionally causing the migrant crisis at the border. Senator Ted Cruz, Republican from the border state, Texas, joins me now. Mr. Senator, great to see you back again. Do you agree with Congressman Jordan that this is intentional, deliberate?
I think it's indisputable. If you look at what this administration has done, it takes a series of steps that have deliberately caused this border crisis. We're now looking at more than 5.4 million illegal immigrants have crossed the border under Joe Biden. It's the worst illegal immigration in the history of our nation. Just last month, in December, we had the highest rate of illegal immigration that has ever been recorded in a single month in the history of our country. And the Biden administration wants this. They intend this. In fact, if you look at the job Alejandro Mayorkas is doing as Secretary of Homeland Security, I believe the House of Representatives is going to impeach Mayorkas, and I think they should impeach him. And the reason is he's not just derelict in his duty. He's not just refusing to follow federal law. He's doing that, but it's even worse. He is actively flouting federal law and instructing his political appointees not only not to secure the border, not only not to deport people as federal law requires when they cross here illegally, but instead to facilitate and to speed up the process of their coming here illegally. He's focused on, let's process them more quickly, let's pick them up at the border, let's put them on a plane, let's put them on the bus, and send them to every city in America. And Alejandro Mayorkas is right now literally the largest human trafficker on the face of the earth. 5.4 million people, and he is the last mile in the human trafficking network that is making the Mexican cartels billions of dollars, and he doesn't intend to change. Joe Biden doesn't intend to change. They keep making the problem worse.
Well, Democrat Congressman Jerry Nadler, he says the GOP is racist for focusing on the surge at the border. You want to respond to that, Senator?
Well, sure. You know, Nadler is welcome to come down to Texas. I'm from Texas. I spend a lot of time on the southern border. I'll tell you, anyone who sees it firsthand, you know what's racist? What's racist is the Democrats not giving a damn about a bunch of children being sexually molested and physically abused by traffickers. I've seen the little girls who were assaulted by these traffickers. I've seen the little boys who were assaulted. I've seen the women who were raped by these traffickers, and the Democrats don't give a damn. And many of them are Hispanic. My dad was an immigrant from Cuba. Jerry Nadler and Joe Biden and the other Democrats don't give a damn about these Hispanic immigrants being left to die on Texas farms and ranches in the sun and the heat. 54 illegal immigrants cooked. They died in a tractor trailer outside of San Antonio. And the Democrats don't give a damn, and they're willing to let it happen tomorrow and the next day and the next day. I'm tired of the cheap accusations of racism from the Democrats when they're the ones that are turning a racist blind eye to the people who are dying. And you know what they're also turning a blind eye to? The over 100,000 deaths from overdoses, Chinese fentanyl flooding across the border. Again, the Democrats don't give a damn, and it's time that they actually secure the border. And I'll tell you, you go to South Texas, which is overwhelmingly Hispanic, and everyone agrees this is a crisis, and it's a crisis the Democrats have caused.
Mr. Senator, great to have you back on the show. Good stuff.
Thank you, Stuart.
Yes, sir. See you later.